What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Overwatch World Cup Paris group stage. I am Malik on co-hosting duties out here in Paris, France, having such a good time. We've had an amazing day of action thus far, and we have reached our final match of the evening, unfortunately. But let's go ahead first and take a look back at all the amazing matches that we have had so far. We kicked off today with France winning a close bout against Germany, and then the Netherlands claimed victory over Italy. Germany locked in their first W of the stage against Poland, and we just saw France flex on Team Italy with the 4-0 victory, a clean sweep. But now, it's time for what many are considering the match of the day. We got Team Netherlands going up against Team UK. Now, you know, a lot of people are considering Team UK and Team France to be number 1 and 2, and if there has to be a number 3, I would say it is most definitely Team Netherlands. And Team Netherlands, they're actually in good position to make it to BlizzCon if they're able to win this match. They won their match earlier today. They'd be sitting at 3-1. That'd be amazing. As for Team UK, if they win this match, they not only possibly punch their ticket to BlizzCon, but they'll also put themselves in good position to possibly steal the number 1 seed away from France. And you heard me talk to you guys about this earlier. Having that number 1 seed is very important because it can determine who you play at BlizzCon. And we'll actually know who everybody's going to be playing at BlizzCon. All the teams that have qualified will know during our BlizzCon bracket draw at the end of the day tomorrow. So make sure you stay tuned after the matches are over. We're gonna know who's playing who at BlizzCon. But with that, I think the teams are ready. One more time, make some noise, guys. This is our final match of the night. Yes. We're gonna go ahead and get straight back into the action with our casters. Take it away, guys.
Cheers, Malik. Here we go. Netherlands versus the UK. And like Malik said, this could very well be the match that UK punched their ticket all the way to BlizzCon, but Netherlands, they've got some mean players on their team. They're warmed up from this morning, so you can imagine they're going to put on a mean show.
Yeah, another battle of the red, white, and blue. We've got quite a few in this stage draws. We've got quite a motif going on with all of our European flags. Like you said, Netherlands, they're going to be coming in pretty warm after that reasonably intense bout earlier with Team Italy, where they gained some battle scars, but they also gained another win on the board for themselves and brought themselves one step closer to BlizzCon. However, today, they have to worry that they are Team UK's only opponent today. So that gives them a lot of preparation time specifically for the Netherlands, and that means the Team UK were able to watch the previous bout.
Well, let's have a look at that Netherlands roster, which we saw early on, like you said, versus Italy. We've got Yona, we've got Vizelti on the DPS slots, we've got Korn and Brusen on the tanks, and Sab and Crusade, obviously, rounding out the support lineup.
Let's talk about Vizelti and Yona, these two DPS superstars on the side of the Netherlands. Yona, big hero pool, came out with a fantastic defense, and Vizelti even more so. I don't think there's anything that Vizelti can't play, but thus far he's been playing a lot of Zarya, because we do see a lot of 3-3 compositions coming out of the Netherlands.
It's been Zarya, Mei, it's been everything, even Farah Soldier, you know. Christopher and Smex are going to be the UK tank squad. You've got Boombox and Cruz, two very familiar names for the supports, and Mikey A and Kib on DPS.
Nothing lies about Christopher's smug grin. We do know that he is very confident about the United Kingdom's chances moving into not only this entire stage, but especially this match up against the Netherlands.
Well, our first map is pre-selected. It is Control, and it will be Oasis as our first one rolling out into this, and it will be City Centre for all of you who can't see just yet. But Christopher being rather smug, you know, first interview we had with him, he said, you know, easy stage, no worries for us. And if they can continue this, if they can just win this 4-0, that almost guarantees them their slot at BlizzCon. And like Malik said, seeding matters as well, because it determines who you actually play against.
And if that's going to be the case, the seeding will come down to tomorrow's match, potentially between France and the United Kingdom. And France looked quite mortal earlier in their bout with Team Germany, which of course they won 3-2, but they were given a run for their money over German side. I'll have to see, though, if United Kingdom will be able to make it there, or if the Netherlands will be trying to claim that second seed. Obviously, they probably can't outdo France now, as they did lose 4-0 to France in their first match of the stage. But of course, to move in onto City Centre, let's have a quick look at these competitions. We are seeing dive tankers coming out from both of these teams. They want to control the verticality, and we see Mikey A moving straight towards the elevator at the moment.
Mikey A on the hit scan on the McCree. You've got Vizelti on Soldier as well. 2 rival hit scans. Mike A is going to take high ground there with the cheeky lad Christopher up there on the little pavilion just above everybody else. He's trying to punch the glass house, so he doesn't have to shoot with it and gets a little bit more of a clearer view. He's going to jump down, use the roll rather defensively there, trying to get back a bit of distance. A couple of headshots onto Korn, and falls extremely low, has to fall back towards his supports. Mike Gay putting in so much damage. Already has 80% on that Deadeye, and Crew's actually going to eliminate Korn. Didn't receive the support he required, and Yona now forced to back off near Bruce, and a good flashbang to stop the Lucio movement for the UK, firmly in control of this point so far.
What we saw there was taking advantage of long-distance poke from McCree to try and bring Korn low, because they knew that a large amount of the Netherlands healing relied on them getting close, so that Yona could proc those rally and inspire cooldowns by hitting people with the flail and give everyone the healing on the side of the Netherlands that they needed to survive. Without that, it was just Crusade and Sub with their basic abilities trying to heal up Korn. You only get 30 HPS from the Harmony Orb, you get about 18 from the healing aura of Lucio, but of course we did manage to do that rather well. You can see Crusade is well ahead when it comes to charging up that sound barrier. He's already got it ready to go, and he can force an engagement here. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, he did a fair bit of damage. Boombox has his ready to go as well with that Transcendent. Receives a bit of armor too. There's the Tactical Visor mixed in with the Deadeye. No one's dead just yet. Remember, both defensive ultimates were used. And will be rally also for the Netherlands. Oh, sorry, for the United Kingdom. So they're going to fall back to point, play a little bit more defensively, but with their stacking armor, Zen's going to be basically invincible. And Sound Barrier as well, as Christopher dives forward with the Primal Rage. He's going to get stunned up, has to get out of the way, though, only narrowly avoids, escapes with his life. Cruz wasn't so lucky as he goes down to the self-destruct, and Christopher extremely low now, has to protect that front line. Mike Ye is so vulnerable at getting dove on. That's going to be the main weakness of the United Kingdom's roster here, but as soon as he is protected, he can just dink heads left, right, and center.
Korn went in, he was hungry for it, but he was fed himself into the waiting maw of United Kingdom, and now Vasily is trying to play his way around with Pavilion here.
Wow, Cruz taking another life. This guy's been, I think, top fragger right now on the side of the United Kingdom. Finds his third one in Bruceson. That will be actually United Kingdom winning that fight, even though they lost a member fairly early on. Smex ends up killing off Facility, and that will be continual hold here from the United Kingdom. 70% almost on the board.
May not have been a kill feed too much, but look at Boombox. He's got yet another Transcendence. He opened that fight up with a Transcendence as well. He's chunking through these large targets like Korn, like Bruceson, like Yona, and quickly building up towards his ultimates. He's not appearing in the kill feed. He's not going in to secure the kills. He doesn't have the ability to do so. That's where Cruz and Christopher come in.
Zen with space is a lot of trouble. Another Transcendence pushing forward. Facility is already going to go down extremely early. Use of the rally there, but that stacking armor does stack over 100. It does actually cap out at. So if you use it in the fight, you are gaining a lot of resources there. 95% now on the board. There's a high noon coming out from Mike A. They're all trapped in the spawn. No way Korn was going to make it to the point, and the UK will secure City Centre.
Rally giving everyone armor, but in that case we did see that Mikey wasn't the recipient of any, because everyone moved forward with a speed boost from Cruz on the Lucio, and Mikey was in the back as he should be with McCree just plinking away with a Peacekeeper. That didn't mean he didn't have any armor, so should that round have gone a little bit longer, he could have been a bit more vulnerable to the dive machinations of Team Netherlands. But unfortunately, Team Netherlands looking rather thoroughly defeated on that particular point, Jaws, in the dive versus dive. But on University, this is a bit more tank focused. We can see a Reinhardt come out, we can see a Farah come out maybe. Depends on what you want to play. We've seen all manner of play on University over the course of the Overwatch World Cup, including McCree coming out from Shax on Team Denmark, and Mikey may decide to stick with that. Looks like that may be exactly what happens along with Kim on the Farah.
Okay, they're actually running around the different tank setup we usually see also. We're seeing the Orisa with the Roadhog, just plant yourself on the point, fish for those hooks. However, with no Lucio, that will mean Netherlands will get to the point first, so they get advantage in that sense. But Kim with the eyes up in the sky, the only person who's going to have to fear on here is Yona, but you can just escort yourself around with the Mercy around these very tight structures in University to stay safe.
There's a lot of potential here to use the Holt on the side of Christopher, or the boot that Kip has in his concussive missile to try and put Korn in the hole in the center. It's basically an effective kill because Reinhardt is missing from the fray for so long. Christopher's going to make the rotation here, start giving pressure on the point, and force Netherlands to come into the waiting claw or hook.
Wow, that was extremely close. Nice hook onto Yon. He's actually going to fall down the hole, so he's not going to be available for a little while here. Kib's unleashing that barrage, knowing he's more than safe against that McCree that was nowhere near in the fight, although Sab does take him out. Still man advantage to the UK. Mikey A doesn't need a pocket. He's already got 2 names and numbers. He's going to take the Netherlands by storm. United Kingdom end up securing the point. Unlucky hook onto Bruce, and there it's going extremely low. Tried to jump off the edge, but Mikey A just sends a bullet to the back of the brain.
And I talked about how that hole can basically act as a kill for a short amount of time because of how long people can be out of the fight, especially if you're a McCree with very few options when it comes to movement abilities. You basically just got that combat roll to try and make yourself move faster towards the area you want to be. That's exactly why Smex decided to hook in there. So even if he couldn't secure the kill, which he tried to, but Bruce's defense matrix saved Yona, he was still out of a fight.
Ooh, he's going to be out of the fight again as well. Kib does find the boop off.
Yona's not been able to play Overwatch today.
Oh, man. Okay, apparently no one is. 2 hit scans now down for the side of Netherlands. In Sap also on the Ana. Another threat to Kib in the skies, but as soon as he gets popped off, there's really nothing from saving it. No mercy res, no nothing on the side of Netherlands can save you from that one. We do have a nano boost though, so that could be used for this engagement. Visibility only 53% towards that grab though.
Generally, Team UK looking a little bit infallible. They yet to suffer many deaths at all, but of course, Xav does have that nano boost ready to go. Visibility slowly building up towards a Graviton Surge, but he's going to have to contend with 2 support elements on the side of United Kingdom. Okay, take it back, just 1. Cruz pops a Valkyrie, waiting for that incoming push.
Nice concussive blast there by Kib to reposition himself to get away from Yona. Does have Rocket Barrage now, pummeling the front line all too often. Very squishy. However, Yona's just not looking up at the skies, looking at the ground, killing off Smex and Christopher rather readily. Boombox is going to take one in Sab, but Netherlands are going to find the flip here.
Mortality of United Kingdom very thoroughly established there by Yona, who has brought himself up towards that Deadeye. Bruce is going to be incredibly low here, but look, he's going to be able to feed a huge amount of ultimate charge to Saab as he comes through to try and heal that up. Bruce is actually going to amp it up there to get a little bit of extra healing.
What a hook.
Nasty.
Smex just
Kib's
peeks
so
around
safe.
the corner. There you go. Cowboy hat left on the ground. That's one less target again for Kib to narrowly avoid. Now he's only got the Rocket Barrage. Doesn't really have to clear anything. Beautiful hook once again on Facility. Shield was almost broken regardless. There's the whole hog as well, pushing everybody back. Mostly eaten by the Matrix, but Facility, unfortunately, it turned into mincemeat. That'll be Smex taking 2 lives, and that'll be Kib as well, using an ultimate there. However, we are looking at Christopher using that bongo. Maybe a little bit too trepidatious there using that one. Problem is now they've only got 1 to rely on. That's going to be Mikey A.
Oh no, Corn, why? That's a fat finger if I ever saw it. Rest in peace, the Earth Shadow. Smex is already happy with his whole hog though. He gave us a bit of a piggle wiggle with his cursor afterwards. And Netherlands, they're down on opportunities now. It's got to be Facility with this Graviton.
It's high noon. Mikey A finds 1. Crusader's going to fall. Kib has found Yona. This is a disaster for Netherlands. Using that Earth Shatter, one of the only things they had in their arsenal to win this fight, although Brusen says not today as he finds a self-destruct kill onto Kib and actually kills Cruz. Double kill for him, meaning they can actually reclaim this point potentially. That's a big boop around on Smex, although getting healed up by Boombox, they're still delaying here. Refusing to let this point go easily is going to jump down into the well and finally give it over.
Yeah, he's going to have to move back towards his team. Netherlands somehow managed to bring that one out with the help of Facility. He's almost got himself yet another Graviton Surge. Yona's going to put Smex to bed. Now United Kingdom, not quite as secure as they thought they'd be in a victory on Oasis. Netherlands putting up a challenge in their way. It's going to be Korn straight up in the front, building up towards yet another Earth Shadow. Hopefully this one's going to be aimed towards the right team rather than the scenery.
Christopher has got something to say about that, though. So it's on to the Reinhardt for their final push, going on that 3-3. Mikey A now on the Brigitte. Now going to move forward. Yona's going to be more than safe in this back line as long as no speed boost is coming towards it. Definitely won't anymore as he just dinks Cruz right in the head. All right, childhood dreams on the back of the board there. Brusen is going to take out Christopher. Rather slow fight from now. Shouldn't be too easy for UK to escape against speed boost from Cruz, just leading them to victory right now. Kib going down, meaning they have to go for a full reset. Facility with a lot of charge too, and a Graviton to boot.
See, I'm watching Yona here. I don't want him to get caught out again by someone. It was Smex with a hook last time, but if he continues to peek these sort of angles, he can very much be a victim of Boombox with those right clicks. We know exactly how deadly they can be. But now United Kingdom are on the clock. Netherlands are 1 fight away from winning this, and they've got 5 ultimates ready to go, 6 even.
Coalescence first up. There's the Deadeye as well. Christopher's not going to turn his shield, but his shield gets destroyed by it regardless. Jonas is going to be able to find the kill. The Graviton Surge comes out, locks everybody in place just before the point. And Netherlands whipping the shatter didn't matter. We don't need it. Maybe it was for some style points. Take the university and lead this control 1-1.
Sometimes, Jaws, it's not about stunning people with your Earth Shadow, it's about sending a message. And Korn sent a message. He did not need that ultimate to move forward with Netherlands, secure the university, and secure the victory on that point. But now we come to our ultimate point on Oasis. Will be our final and third, the Gardens. And this is where you can very much take advantage of high ground as a Farah maybe, or we could see double McCree come out again. We know that Mikey A can take big advantage of that, but he is going to be incredibly vulnerable towards a Netherlands 3-3 that could try and maybe run him down.
Why is it not running Farah here? Farah, incredibly frustrating, kind of annoying to actually attack when you do when you hold it as the Pharah player. This Gardens only has 2 entrances, really. I mean, you've got to run into the Pharah sooner or later.
Maybe Kip's going on the Pharah now.
Quite potentially. Christopher switching over. No, they're just going solid 3-3. So no McCree now. Mikey A on the Brigitte. We have Kip switching over to the Zaya.
But now we do have a difference. The Netherlands will have Saab on this Moira, as Boombox has opted to go onto the Zenyatta. Going to have that Discord all onto Korn. It's been cleansed for now by a projected barrier, but can be reapplied.
Uh-oh, Korn in a lot of trouble. Just get booped up by Cruz. However, they are just backing off. They are slowly capturing this point. Christopher does get stunned, but an instant Zaya bubble to save his life at the time being. Bruce just farming away at these tanks in the front line, but Smex is farming his teammates. Jonah's going to go down. Korn's going to follow him. Smex just so aggressive in the front line as the Diva. Doesn't really seem to care. The facility is just charging up off him. Kib only just switching over to the Zaya, who's already got the ultimate. You can just see the pressure that the UK were piling on. Facility is 74%, however, but the UK get the initial cap.
And they do have a huge amount of ultimate charge to go about. You talked about Mikey A and Kib, but look at Boombox and Cruz both moving in towards their own support ultimates. And we saw United Kingdom there being incredibly aggressive, George. That's what you need to do. Kib here, he's going to have a little bit of a hide, see if anyone can be caught. Everyone's going to be getting in that one.
Nice grab in the back now. Christopher can have a field day. Just runs through them. It's fairly easy for him and Mikey A. Just hold M1, charge ult, easy peasy. UK will secure the point still. 22%, not too bad, but Netherlands haven't used any ults there, so that's fairly important for them. They do have almost 6 online now.
So let's talk about the aggression of the United Kingdom here. That's something you need to do when you have the Zenyatta up against the composition with a Moira. The Moira gives you so much more sustain. The United Kingdom need to hit hard and fast. They need to remove someone, otherwise they're going to be out-sustained by the Moira and lose a fight.
Coalescence come out. Christopher lagging a little bit behind. Rally has been popped as well, so stacking armor now for the UK. Only one ult invested thus far, as the Netherlands do send that out. And Vicinity just dinking over as well to that Graviton Surge. Christopher coming around from the side, but Korn did exactly the same thing. But beautiful shatter. Here's 4 men, but they're going to trap into that Graviton Surge, meaning they can't get the damage out. The self-destruct launched in mid-air. Christopher's going to be able to block most of it. Maybe Korn can't block that one. Oh, it went a little bit too far. Unfortunately, Korn was able to just soak that all. Christopher still has the shadow of his own. He's able to lay it down. A second shadow in the fight, and Crusade is going to fall eventually to Smex. And now Mikey A can have a field day, run forward, hold M1. Brewson's going to try and reset himself. They get a bit of extra ult charge for that one as well. Christopher, 2 shatters, 1 fight. Easy, baby.
Unfortunately, he only got 1 pin, and not the one that he wanted. He managed to pin Visility against full out of Graviton, which was laid down by Kip. But what he wanted was to take out Korn, because you talked about how Korn managed to block so much of that with his shield. He was the main target, and now we see United Kingdom going on a rotation. 92% draws,
trying to get the
maybe.
flank off. Let's go. Boombox got so much armor as well. Just doesn't really care about the damage at this point. Might just be able to build out to a Transcendence as well. Rally coming online for the United Kingdom too, as Mikey A pushes forwards. Kip just farming the front line. That's 92% of that grab. Look at Facilities as well. So close, but Korn comes in with a shatter. Beautiful Lantern one, but he's going to get pinned to the pole. They're trading Brigitas right now, and Korn is going to fall as well. Boombox managed to farm the Transcendence and is able to save the rest of his teammates. The UK are going to win the fight and capture the point. They're going to take this Oasis map, map number one, sorry, over to the UK.
Dominant performance on Gardens, but not so much on University. We saw a 3-3 come out and managed to roll over what the UK was bringing to bear. They only swapped over to a Reinhardt too late. They couldn't build up an ultimate advantage, and that meant that momentum was on the Netherlands side, and they really did show some cracks in the armor of the British side. But of course, now we will be going over to our hybrid map, and that will be the choice of the Netherlands. They can go to Team UK's homeland, potentially move over to that King's Row, which is well known for 3-3 compositions, but can also lend itself to a double sniper setup. I don't know if you want to go double sniper against Kib and Mikey A, who are proficient hit scan and projectile DPS in their own rights.
Well, we could also go to Blizzard World. The Netherlands has said it's one of their preferred maps, and we can kind of see that. And when they do actually end up picking up the hybrid, the thing has just been an absolute monster. But this time, he's just beaten to the punch by Kib. Kib was generating ult much quicker than he was. It's all about those Graviton Surges, and we talk about how much and how important that Zaya is, winning out these bubble duels as well.
And Boombox just throwing orb after orb. You can see exactly why he is one of the star players of the team that plays second in the entirety of the Overwatch League, hitting orb after orb. A huge amount of DPS was available there. Even when they were running more tanks with no DPS characters, there was always the damage there coming from Cruz, who was extremely aggressive on that Lucio, and Boombox with a Zenyatta. And like you said, Jaws, it's a bit of a niche pick, and I think it's a pocket pick for the Netherlands. I imagine we will actually go to Blizzard World.
would make a whole lot of sense. We'll have to wait and see. Now, Netherlands have been practicing a whole lot today. Obviously, they had a match earlier on. They're starting to get to grips with it. Maybe this is their time for resurgence on their map pick. We'll have to see what that is. Obviously, it's going to be hybrid next up. But the UK, this is their first match today. You can imagine they've been scrimming a whole bunch and getting warmed up and actually watching the Netherlands games earlier on. And that can be valuable information for you.
And when you're ready for the Netherlands, you've got to expect that they are going to go to Blizzard World. I mean, we certainly do, having watched various Netherlands games. So we got to see how well prepared the United Kingdom will be for this map pick. It's not one of the most common maps to see in competition. We're yet to have it in the European contenders map pool, so a lot of players won't have been on this. I know Boombox will have played it, of course, in the Overwatch League stages, which included it in their own hybrid map pool. But it's not something that you scrim a whole lot, so you've got to sort of make a dedicated option to practice it, and Netherlands seem to have done exactly that. That can give them a huge advantage over teams over whom they may consider themselves underdogs.
Sab's got a channel that inner headband, man. He's got to do it. He's keeping his hair up. He's
Looking
got to
like
keep
a
his team up
warrior.
too. He does, actually. You've got some face paint on him.
Yeah, man.
Rambo.
Have some Diva face paint.
Diva face paint, yeah, okay.
I don't know, like Zen face paint. You could have like those.
The little circles on his face.
No. For ones under the circles, like the small lines. Are those eyes, do you think, or of the dots eyes?
You know what? I don't know. I play a lot of Zen. I don't really look at him too much.
He doesn't have what I'd call a classical facial structure.
No, well, he's a robot.
Unless he has a lot of forehead tattoos.
He's a robot.
Okay, I don't think it matters. He's an Omnic Jaws.
All right.
Be appropriate. But speaking of things that are appropriate, United Kingdom coming out with a dive composition here rather than the 3-3 if they want to be able to take advantage of the long sightlines which can be offered by Blizzard World. Kip's going to be picking up the Zarya.
Yeah, I was like, no, he's going back to spawn. That's exactly what he's doing.
There's 3-3. The think I called you boys appropriate. Velanimals going to be playing a little bit basic right now. Going back to the 3-3, and Netherlands going to be exactly that.
A little bit different on the side of the Netherlands, though. They do have the Roadhog instead. Playing a very forward position. A lot of health bars to go through. Yona has that take a breather too. That provides a lot of damage resistance, quite a lot of HP. Get a bit of a slack on your heels a little bit. Sub on the Moira, of course. Still Boombox on the Zenyatta. I can't imagine we'll see a change from that.
And we talked about how risky this is before to go for these longer fights because you don't have as much sustain when you've only got the Zenyatta for healing. United Kingdom are already scattered to the 4 wins. The old Ranch is going to move forward and run right over them. And they're running a quad tank here instead of 3-3, Jules.
Yeah, the Roadhog actually presents an additional threat as well, because the Reinhardt, you normally see him run in and swing at people, and you don't normally die that often because you're in 3-3, right? There's no real massive amount of burst damage. But you have to be careful because that Roadhog, if he does hook you in, all your abilities, all your mobility is completely gone, and the rest of the team can just pile on top of you.
Also, we've seen playing at different angles, so that Christopher can only shield one group and not shield the hook, which can come in from behind. That was eaten, though, by Smex.
Beautiful eat there, but Facility still finds one, and they're able to take out Smex's mech. A little bit of revenge in the Coalescence to finish it all off as well. 5-player kill streak for Facility. Nice eat by Smex, but still Netherlands with a team fight win. And here you go, 2 minutes and 30 seconds now, and they are refusing to move from this spot.
A 3 ultimate investment. UK have 3 ready to go as well. They're going to be contending with a Soundbarrier from Crusade and, of course, for self-destruct from Bruton, which have proven themselves deadly in our past series against Italy. 2 support ultimates, though. The Transcendence and the Soundbarrier, they can be very effective against minimal damage.
There's the Graviton, the self-destruct a little bit more defensively. Boombox is going to use that Transcendence too. Korn stuck in the middle between a Brig and a Reinhardt. Definitely not where you want to be. Kib is going to find Facility, and that's the UK finally cracking the defense of Netherlands. They're going to move on to the point.
Crusade, they're opting not to use the Sound Barrier. He's going to instead try and halt the momentum of the United Kingdom by putting a huge barrier of health between them and progress. Doesn't look like we're going to see any opportunity here to contest this first point once again by the Netherlands. United Kingdom taking that in one fight, as is de rigueur for assault points, Jaws. But now the payload will be in motion, and this requires consecutive victories for United Kingdom to move this through to the second point. Christopher's going to get incredibly frisky, moving forward. He's going to be swinging away and has built himself up an Earth Shadow. He's got an advantage over Korn here, knows that he can be aggressive, and he's doing just that.
Spanks are going to throw the self-destruct in. Aliot gets 2. Christopher's going to find one with the Shadow and having a little 1v1 with the Reinhardt, although I'm not entirely sure where he went. There he is. He got booped somewhere. I don't know. Went off camera. That will be a team kill for the United Kingdom, though. They're still going to be able to move this payload. Facility has the grab, though, and they can combo that with the Earth Shatter or stagger them, as we more often than not see. And the United Kingdom have only got one defensive ultimate to use here, and it's the Sound Barrier. They cannot let Boombox charge up that Transcendence, otherwise it will just obliterate the offense here from the Netherlands.
I want to see Korn open this one up with an Earth Shadow, so like you said, he can swing into the Graviton and build up a second one like we saw Christopher do in that Oasis bout on Gardens. But now it's going to be a shield duel between the two. They're going to have to try and sacrifice shield health in return for time and safety. Korn's going in first, though.
Okay, Christopher got booted up in the air, was still managing to hold the shield firm, though didn't get shattered. There's the sound barrier usage on top of the Graviton Surge from the United Kingdom. Korn's going to go down. Facility will soon follow, and he still has the grab. Could not follow up on the Earth Shatter. Only hit Christopher, but Christopher, like I said, was there with a shield. Mikey A finds 2, and still the United Kingdom roll on forward.
Netherlands made a gamble. They wanted to invest only the 2 ults, try and get a bargain, but it didn't pay off. Instead, they were routed. Korn and Crusade losing their ultimates. Now it's down to Bruce and Invisibility to try and make things work. They're just going to be retreating for now. They only managed to get 1 or 2 good fights out of that particular stage, Jaws. Now they're on 3rd. United Kingdom, they still have basically all their time back. 4 minutes remaining.
I just can't believe it. Took a little while to take that first point.
Incredulous.
But right now, the UK still moving forward, still moving strong. However, Netherlands have definitely got something they could do here. Graviton Surge on top of somebody. There you go, they're in the corner. Bruceson got 1 kill. Facility finally turning it around, killing off Christopher with that Graviton Surge. He was trapped in no man's land. Corner still swinging away, has got another shatter as he was swinging into that Graviton Surge with Christopher lying inside it. And will be Facility winning this team fight and popping the rally too. So they got a lot of HP for this next fight.
An expensive fight for both teams, but Kib is going to have that premium when it comes to charging up the Graviton. Of course, he will not be able to sustain the energy that Facility was able to by staying alive for all this time. He is going to be resetting with 0, but he is going to gain something from Christopher's aggressive play.
Oh, nice shadow does land Christopher. Defense Matrix on top of him though, to stop a lot of that damage coming through, and another Graviton Surge coming through for Kib. Mikey A swinging free. Facility Crusade and Corner going to go down, and Kib just cleaning up the rest to try and generate another grab. Only had 50% energy though, so not too much acquired, only 20% from him, but they are still able to move the cart here. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remain.
They say you should eat your greens, kids, and you should certainly eat your yellows as well. That's what the United Kingdom are doing. The second that Korn moved forward after having shattered Christopher, he got the Discord Orb, and so much fire went onto him. He was fed to the United Kingdom and given them a huge ultimate advantage here. They do have 2 support ultimates ready to go. Boombox can open up with this at any time.
Christopher went so low. Cruz has that sound barrier though. The hammer hits the floor. There's 2 people, but into the sound barrier from Crusade. Perfect reactions. And Christopher, while he was swinging, was taking so much damage. Sab switching off the Moira, going onto the Zenyatta, lay down the Orbs of Discord and just run at him, holding those right clicks and just dinging a couple of heads. Easily going to charge up to another Transcendence. That's what he's got. And Crusade even just popping a few heads too. Smegs and Kib are going to go down to his hands. But the United Kingdom, they got a wealth of ults as well.
And one of the things about the Netherlands is because they use so many ults at once, they have got all of those ults back up again in the rhythm. Korn's almost got himself an Earth Shatter as well. That would be a full house of ultimates apart from the Sound Barrier, which Crusade just used to heal those and protect those who were taken down by the Earth Shatter of Christopher.
Facility trying to be rather cheeky, hiding on the sidelines, but is found out rather quickly. No Sherlock Holmes on the side of the UK. Facility was just sticking his gun. There's no Graviton Surge right on top of the car, and another one as well. Transcendence coming through from the Netherlands, keeping them alive in the grab. Boombox is going to unleash his own Trance. Smex dodging out of the way, and a sound barrier has been laid down as well. They are still moving forward, and Christopher finds the first kill of the fight in Yona. However, still, he's got to build up that another shadow. They got at least 1 more fight in them. They've got a minute remaining. They're going to be able to clean up the Netherlands here, but Netherlands still have another fight in them.
Facility learned from his other altercations with Dragnetti. He waited until Smex used for self-destruct and sent that mech forward, so the defense measure wasn't available to lay down his own Graviton Surge. United Kingdom managed to win that fight out, however, and now they're 1 fight away from claiming all of Blizzard World.
60 seconds remain and only 1 meter for the United Kingdom to claim the 3 points on the board. Christopher has another shatter. He's ready to use it at a moment's notice. Hits it down and manages to find 4. Smex dashing forward. Easy swings for Christopher. No shields, no problem. Another grab as well, right on top of the support's head. There's no running if you're Crusade at that point. Kib rubbing his hands together. He's ready. He's warmed up. He's ready to go. 3 points on the board for the UK. It's now Netherlands' turn to attack.
And crucially for the UK, even though they had less than a minute in their time bank, they do have more than 0. They did not complete in overtime, which means should there be a completion from the Netherlands, United Kingdom will get a courtesy minute, so they can try and attack again. We'll have to see if that will be the case, though, because Thirst Jaws, that requires Netherlands to get a full completion. When we saw them do this against France, got about 3/4 of the way through the second area after they unlocked the payload, but then they were quickly thwarted by the French defense, and the French eventually caught up there. Have to see if they've studied their attack there, looked at their VODs, decided what they're going to do, what they're going to do better this time, and how they're going to iterate on their previous designs.
Second point is very hard to attack, though.
It is.
Defenders spawn extremely close to that point. It was changed not so recently, I think a couple of patches ago, to bring it a little bit further back, so attackers are a tiny bit more favored.
As well as making the payload tick over onto the third point a little bit more early in the map as well, rather than having to go all the way through the courtyard. So it's a little bit easier to cap, and that moves up the attacker's spawn as well. So it does mean that you do get that sort of attrition advantage when people try and contest you right at the payload after it's been capped. But for now, attrition advantage will stay with the attackers because the defense are going to spawn so far back. But one of the things about Blizzard World is that it's a much less prevalent attrition advantage for the attackers compared to the defenders, because look at that little hill that the attackers have to climb up to rejoin the point. That's about the same as the defenders need to get back to their own defensive point. This is very similar to Numbani and how that point A works, and why that's so defensible, because of the sort of equidistant runbacks for both the attack and the defense.
UK trying a little something different on their defense. They've actually got Kib on the Genji, another one of his heroes in his repertoire. And Mikey on the Sombra, no fussing around with him, and even Boombox on the Arna, so no Zenyatta for him either. Very, very aggressive this composition is. They want to just get in your backline, get in your face, eliminate the supports. Rather easy clap. Yona's actually going to jump straight back to spawn, doing a little bit of scouting. You can see the rest of the Netherlands. There you go, changing up. So Facility jumping on the Soldier here. Double dive tanks with the Brigitte and a couple of supports to round it out.
Don't want to go for the dive versus dive. It doesn't work out so well on City, center of Oasis, but potentially the Netherlands have a different idea here. Facility, like you said, on the Soldier 76 is going to be able to grind down those tanks with the hit scan damage from afar. And Mikey is already in trouble, but of course, he does have that trusty translocator available to take him away.
Small hitbox as well. Facility gaining a lot of charge here. Not from actually the bullets he's hitting, but from the healing from his health pack. So charging up that visor rather quickly. Tactical visor though, more often than not eaten by a D.Va if she can actually get in the way. But if not, your team is going to fall, and it's going to fall pretty damn quickly. 66% on that ultimate already. They are going to move forward and try and actually collapse on Christopher here, although he was able to leap out to safety rather quickly.
He lays down the Bardic Field, so everyone within that will receive 40 healing per second. Boombox can lay down the Nanoverse exactly where it wants to be onto Christopher, cleaving multiple targets.
Christopher looks one way, looks the other, finds the support finally, but Sab has definitely found him. Kib unleashing that blade. There is no transcendence to be had yet for the Netherlands. Sab actually going down, only just acquiring it at the end there, was unable to do anything with it, but it does mean that they have it for the next push. So quickly though, with UK able to actually build up those ults, they've got an EMP also. That trance comes out, or even that sound barrier. Yeah, your abilities are gone.
We've got to think about how United Kingdom used distraction tactics earlier. They put the Nano onto Christopher when they knew Kib was going to have the blade. So a lot of resources were invested into Christopher to try and shut him down. That included a boot from Crusade and a shield bash from Yona. That meant that Kib could move in, not having to worry about any of those. Mike A here is ready to lay down the EMP at a moment's notice, but it'll actually delete Saab so quickly.
They know where he is. They kind of know. Saab is going to go instantly down. Christopher actually just Goomba stomps him straight into the floor. Translocate him backwards. Facility actually using that tactical visor there to go on the retreat. Bit of an odd situation to use it in. You know, you're getting dove on. However, with Crusade falling here, they have to go for the full reset. Man, they knew he was there too. You could see the Tesla coil coming out from the Winston. Like, he's around here somewhere. We just bumped into him.
United Kingdom have such leverage over these long sidelines. It does mean that the Netherlands rarely are able to go in and touch Boombox. He's been relatively untouched this entire time, which means he can just heal with impunity. And that means he's got himself yet another Nano boost. It's probably going to go on to Christopher.
Here we go. This is the moment we wanted to see. Yona activating that rally on top of that sound barrier. You got way too much health you can chew with. Christopher had something to chew on, and that was Facility's bullets. They're going to send a self-destruct straight onto the point. They're going to try and get the Baby D before she remix, but a sound barrier to clutch it out for the UK to finish it. Kib is going to find the kill onto Sab, but the Netherlands are still on this point. They've almost got a tick. It's a fraction of a second of going over, finally getting there, and Facility planting himself with the support so he can provide that bionic field, has earned himself another tactical visor.
Indeed, he has. He's going to be letting it loose. Christopher's going to be the main victim of that one.
He is indeed. Easy cut there for Netherlands. Facility instantly taking out Christopher. He did go for the big re-engage to try and stall it out. Possibly could have activated the Primal Rage, but wasn't enough damage coming out from him. And now look how forward up the Netherlands are playing. Gonna make sure that the UK cannot get high ground advantage here.
The UK were considering a recontest there because they knew that the Netherlands had layered up their support ultimates. They used both the Transcendence and the Sound Barrier at the same time from Sab and Crusade. So there wasn't really much to defend them should Kib be able to build up towards that Dragon Blade, which he now has. Unfortunately, Kib didn't get the Dragon Blade quite in the time frame that he wanted. Now we can wait for Boombox to build up to that Nano, which won't take long at all, especially if he's healing up these meaty targets like Smix and Christopher, who can take a little bit of extra damage to try and move along.
It's got the go button. There we go. Oh, instantly killed. Shield bash, rocket flail, straight into Korn's gun. There we go. They take him out, and they waste the nano as well. 2 big ults down for the UK. However, Netherlands is still backing up. They lost Sab fairly early on there, even though they did manage to kill off the Genji. Yona activating another rally is going to force them forward, and Christopher, once again, there's the brunt of the damage. Smek's trying to buy some time here as he jumps on the payload, but that will be it for the time being. UK going to have to force a retreat for the time.
It's only becomes so painful to dive when he has that armor, and of course he can put down the biotic field as well. The biotic field does 40 HPS, and Christopher only does 60 DPS with a testicle, so he's taking 20 damage a second. That means you can out-sustain the dive for a much longer time. United Kingdom needs to be a little bit more crisp with their targeting and precision, but they are going to be instead moving into something a bit more barbaric.
They're going to go straight in. There's another tactical visor. They have to run straight into the narrow end of Facility's rifle. They still managed to cap, though. 3 minutes now on the clock. The UK just weren't able to actually touch it. Too many bodies in the way. They still choose to take the fight, however, build up a few ultimates, plus they can't really run away at this situation. Netherlands will just run them down for it. Mikey A taking 2 lives, and in fact, this might just go the UK's way. This will be Netherlands having the spawn advantage, however. You can see Facility trying to run away. Does manage to get back to point in the end. Switches straight over to the Zaya, however.
They want to go 3-3 versus 3-3. This does mean that United Kingdom do have the opportunity to escape. Boombox has already earned himself that coalescence. He's only been on the hero for about 30 seconds now, but he's ready to go. You can see him he's on the left-hand side here, as you can see from that orb moving through. Now he's moved back over to his team, ready to support them with that coalescence should it be required, and here it comes.
There you go. There's the
straight away, delete it.
Christopher, where'd he go? He's got turned into mush. Yonia's going to secure the kill. Bruton's going to move forward with that Transcendence at his back and unleash the self-destruct if he really wants to. But now Smek's caught in the back line yet again. He's going to fall also. It looks like he wanted to go for a solo dive there, maybe onto Sab. Didn't work out too well for him. Yona was making sure his supports are more than safe.
Silver lining for Team United Kingdom. Kib does have that Graviton ready to go, but Smex cannot combine with it. Christopher will be able to swing in, build up that Earth Shadow to try and follow up after, and he's going to have to probably follow up with that because there's no burst available. Crusade has the Sound Barrier available to shield everyone once they are brought together.
One rally signals another. Korn moving forward, and that'll be an early Sound Barrier from Netherlands to make sure they just close in this gap on this narrow choke. Korn at 90% though. Christopher is nearing that % as well. They've got to be careful. This is one team fight win here. 40 seconds remaining in the UK time bank. That's not ideal. Straight on top of the car. Actually, no one from Netherlands is actually caught in that one. So right now, ult advantage for them. Facility does have Graviton Surge mixed with Korn's Shatter as well if they don't choose to lay it down. However, Facility will press that button, burst straight into the Shatter, straight into the bomb. Bruton takes 3 lives. Mikey A still fighting on the point, and Kib's still alive too. Transcendence to keep everybody alive. Sab's channeling the power of the headband. And they managed to secure the point. Round 2 completed, and the UK will go on another attack.
Christopher, they're not expecting the Earth Shadow to come from behind. He moved his shield to block the self-destruct a little bit too early. He was forced to make a choice, neither of which would have worked for him. He points for shield towards the self-destruct. He gets Earth Shadow from behind. He points for shield towards the Earth Shadow. They all died to the self-destruct. That was a perfect combination of 3 ultimates there from the Netherlands. And often you think you'd probably need less than that to win a fight when it comes to ult economy, but when you're in a position where you can win the entire map by just investing more, and you can invest 3 ultimates in such an effective manner, that's worth it every time, Jules.
UK round number 2. They did have sub 1 minute, so it does get rounded up. So 40 seconds turns into 1 minute, and the Netherlands now will come in with 1 minute and 40 seconds for themselves. So UK, what are they going to do in the attack? That's the big question. Looks like Netherlands are going to go for the same thing as they did before. It will be quad tank on the defense.
I see United Kingdom try and have a bit of a Sombra scout here instead of what happened before, where they got caught out there to move back to try and change up their heroes. They do have time to do a little bit of Sombra scouting, make sure that their first pushes are incredibly effective. They need that to happen because they've only got 1 minute to play with here, Jaws. Maybe they could just try and run their way past the Netherlands defense, and force the Netherlands to try and run into them while they're on the point, but that would mean leaving Boombox alone in the back. So I want to see like a different approach here where they're not moving through the main gate.
Double hit scan for UK. They've got Kib on that Widowmaker, Mikey A on that McCree. There you go. Instantly see the quad tank. Absolutely not. We're just going to go back, change up to 3-3.
Boombox is going to throw out some pot shots. They're already 22% towards that ultimate. And here, like we said before, when it comes to having a Zenyatta in your 3-3 combination, striking quickly is where you will have your bread buttered. You cannot out-sustain the Moira healing. You've got to go in fast. You've got to take out a single target as the Discord orb on it, and you cannot stay in the fight for long.
how fast he's charging out that Transcendence. A little jealous, not going to lie. Already 50% on that Trans. They're going to be able to get a nice little position here. Boombox is going to be almost impossible to dive in this situation as well. He's got a mega health pack behind him if he wants to retreat. However, everybody going really low. Like you said, these sustained fights will more often than not be won out by the Netherlands as Sab provides a lot more healing. Mikey and Korn already going down. Christopher has shield advantage in that sense, is able to move forward. And now, 2 seconds remain. They are on the point. They're going to be able to trigger overtime.
The critical kill there was onto Korn. It didn't mean the Boombox could hit orb after orb, bring out that DPS we talked about. And now he has the Transcendence ready to go. Cruz has also been hitting Soundwave after Soundwave. They've waited for Korn to return. They're going to open up with the Coalescence.
Korn looking like he wants to get a shadow down round the corner. Doesn't hit anybody because the shield was already up. The Coalescence will come through and a Transcendence to keep them alive, but Boombox has got his one as well. Now Sound Barrier will be there to protect them. Christopher still falling low because he jumped into the grab. Another hammer hits the floor, but no, not today. And a grab finally coming out from Kib is going to lock people in place, and Smeks with the beautiful self-destruct. Annihilates 2, Kib following up with another couple themselves. A very swift team kill for the UK. They managed to cap the point in Netherlands now. They only need one fight to actually stop them and halt their progress.
As you said, we are now having an overtime push, Jaws. Absolute perfection is demanded from United Kingdom if they want to progress any further. And Netherlands can just continue running into this. They don't even need to win a teamfight. They just need to move everyone off the cart. They've got huge displacement abilities with the Graviton, with the Diva knockbacks, with Crusade's boot or Yona with the whip shot. They can quickly take these backline players away from the payload should they be left on it alone.
Boombox, look at his ult charge, man. Every single time I look at him, it's above 80%. Almost has another chance online. Zenty on 40, 50% now. Kib just meeting him and matching him in that regard. But Boombox, if he's able to actually get this one over without dying, they could just win this team fight here. Kib killing Korn's going to be a good start, and Jonah as well is also going to be good for them. Net positive for the UK right now as Christopher ends up going down. However, Facility does throw out that grab. Boombox was ready with the Transcendence, however, and Facility just gets destroyed, melted in front of Kib. Boombox takes his like-for-like out, and Kib still has that Graviton Surge for the next fight.
This is not good for the Netherlands. They are going to have to deal with that Graviton Surge, like you said before. They don't have a sound barrier to mitigate the burst damage Specs could proffer with the self-destruct. They will have the Transcendence. Saab could potentially use this to shield his teammates from the blast wave, as could Facility with projected barriers or Korn with his own. But it's going to be down to Christopher to try and remove Korn from the mix.
Cheeky, Kib off the sidelines, does reveal himself. Bruce knows exactly where to right-click. Hopefully he can eat it. The Netherlands, that is exactly what they're hoping for. Pins it to the cart. Transcendence used fairly early from Sab. Smeks goes in with the bomb and kills Crusade. Sab's going to go down as well. As soon as he got out of the trance, Christopher's waiting for him there and shoves him into a wall. Korn's going to only demeg one, but it was too little too late. The United Kingdom are going to find this second cap.
Smeks is now also so close to his spawn that he can afford to run in and go ahead and change. Instead, he's actually going to take the Diva. He's going to, or rather, take the death. He's going to be able to respawn with that mech. We're going to see how much ult charge he has if he used it in the last point. No, well, actually be 14%. I forgot that they updated that. Thank you, Blizzard, for a bit of observing. And now Christopher has that ready to go. The Earth Shadow, he can lay it down at a moment's notice. He can be incredibly aggressive against Korn.
There's the Shadow, manages to connect with 3 people. Can they actually get to them? Beautiful charge by Korn. Stops Mikey A from advancing. That's perfect for the Netherlands. Now they are 1 man up. Now they are 2 men. No shields available now for the United Kingdom. Netherlands are going to take 2 members down, but Boombox is there with the Transcendence. Sound Barrier also comes through, but it's not going to be enough. That'll be Facility sending out that Graviton Surge mixed with the bomb. Overtime ticks through. The UK are halted. They do secure 2 points, but it's now Netherlands. It's their opportunity to attack with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining.
Everybody clapped. We are ready to go with the Netherlands trying to tie up this series. They're going to have to go rather far, though. Jaws needs to take the first point, needs to take the second point, needs to take a couple of meters on the third as well, but we do know that this is a Netherlands speciality going on to Blizzard World. We've got to see if they're going to be coming up with that 3-3 again. We do see on Yona's screen here, once again, it is for Brigitte, quite predictably so. Got to wonder how well United Kingdom are reading these particular compositions which are coming out of the Netherlands.
That's tier 1 scout in there. Couldn't actually see that. Yeah, you're right. Here's the Brigade.
I have fantastic eyesight, Jaws.
I do not. I'm actually almost blind in one eye. Yeah. Unlucky.
That's
I can still play the game pretty well.
You can't see me while we cast.
How
will you survive?
More than true. I am okay at the game. Maybe if I had 2 eyes working correctly, I'd be even better. Who knows? Who knows?
That'd be a 5K caster right there.
Almost. We're close. Not really. I'm about 1,000.
Evermore 2.
United Kingdom on the defense first up. Oh, second and third up. 4th up even. 4th round. Don't forget your numbers. Netherlands are obviously on the offense. They are going for this 3-3. Boombox not on the Zenyatta. He's actually going to go on to that Moira instead. So sustained healing for that.
United Kingdom having a little bit of a joyride on the Eagle or the Griffin, I forget which one it is. And they are, in fact, going to be stealing the Netherlands strategy, potentially, going for an early engagement here. There is some scouting coming out from Smex. Jonah's going to opt not to get the hack here onto the D.Va instead. United Kingdom are going to be hiding away. They want to try and get a rather surprising ambush onto the Netherlands, but Netherlands aren't having any of it. They're just going to hold back for now. They know they've got time to play with.
They've also spotted out the fact that Boombox isn't on the Zenyatta. It's actually on the Moira, so Sab switching over to that one himself. They're going to be able to win out these tank duels with that Discord.
I have to see if United Kingdom can effectively change up their playstyle here. They need to be far less aggressive and instead try and out-sustain their opponents here.
Not going to get jumped on rather rapidly. You can imagine United Kingdom want to just charge on them right now. Korn going very low. Christopher with the perfect corralling of Korn straight into that mega health pack. They haven't got a shield to stand behind now unless you want to all line up behind Jonas, but that's probably not going to happen. Bruisen is going extremely low and Sab's in the front line. He just gets immediately turned to paste, and that'll be the rest of them just resetting. They haven't got much time left, remember, 40 seconds now of their time bank. That's 1 minute already depleted.
That was hardly successful for the Netherlands as well. Only Saab really managed to get any of the ult charge that was required off of that push. He's got about 58% at the moment. We'll have a little bit of armor, but of course that's some repair pack, so it will fade away. Yona, far away from that rally, won't be able to protect Saab and Facility in good time. Instead, United Kingdom, they're looking far more healthy in terms of ultimates.
The UK take them right here. It will be match point for them in this series as well. Yona is off to the side. He's got to wait for Christopher to lay down that shield. He has to stun him up. They want Korn to survive this initial engagement. But the UK have to win out on the sustain. They almost have that coalescence. Yona's already down. Specs is going to find the kill and move forward. A Transcendence comes through from Saab. He built so much ult charge earlier on that's perfect for them. But a Graviton Surge is going to lock the rest of the Netherlands up. Half and half on each side of the wall. They don't know which way to look. Crusade's going to fall also. Boombox is going to find the kill with the coalescence, and a beautiful shatter coming through from Christopher is going to net himself a kill. The Netherlands go down. The United Kingdom are going to go match point in the series.
They stand proud and tall. It was far more difficult than they may have liked. One amongst many there, and the United Kingdom staff seem very happy with what their team have achieved here as they sit, as you said, on match point here at our half-time. As everyone needs to collect their thoughts, George, figure out what's going to happen as we move forward onto, well, whatever assault map is chosen by the Netherlands. And I'm thinking they probably aren't going to go to Anubis given what happened to them earlier against Italy.
Well, we'll have to wait and find out. Now, map choice is coming up very soon, but Christopher looking more than happy with himself, as you can imagine, after that win. It was down to the Rhine duels after all in that game. I mean, we are looking at a situation where Korn and Christopher, in fact, both of them are dying first up in these engagements. Normally, the Rhine obviously is the first person to go down, but it is all on your Brigitte to kind of help and aid your Rhine in these shield duels. Yes, it comes down to the Zaya bubbles, but we are seeing Yona being a little bit more passive, where we are seeing Mikey A just running in head first, straight at the Rhine, no fear, no worries.
And we do have these differences in the styles, which I keep coming back to, because it's so crucial when we look at the 3-3 duels. When you look at the Moira, you look at the Zenyatta, you get so much more shield damage out of a Zenyatta as well. That means that Korn's shield is falling more quickly. He has to rotate it more to try and make sure that it's never taken down to 0 health, because then he can't use it for a couple of seconds. That's free shattering time for Christopher. But when he has that shield down, that's when he can have the Discord or reapply to him. It can get cleansed every few seconds by a projected barrier of the Zaya, but the time when it's up, that's when Korn's in real danger.
Oh, we'll have to see if the reverse sweep is real for the Netherlands. We're going to jump to a quick break, guys. We'll be right back.
The Overwatch World Cup is brought to you by T-Mobile, America's fastest network ever. And by Omen by HP, the official PC of the Overwatch World Cup.
welcome back, guys. This is the Netherlands versus the United Kingdom. United Kingdom pull out all the stops. They're running all the horses in this race. And in fact, we noticed something rather cheeky, as always. Christopher, rather loud, on and off, inside and outside the game, just changed his flag to the Netherlands flag in the lobby. Brewston's done the same thing, though. He changed from the Netherlands to the UK. Little bit of British banter either way.
It's like a far cheaper version of like the jersey exchange after the game, except we're doing it at halftime instead. Try and confuse their teammates slightly, but their teammates are going to have to be focused up because this is where, if it's going to happen, Team Netherlands needs to start their reverse sweep on Assault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very possible.
I debated you so hard. I'm sorry. I just took like an intense breath in, and you're like, "Nah, it's my time to speak."
Well, someone's not debating me. It is going to be production telling us we've actually got a sub coming in for the UK. Let's have a look who it is. It's going to be on the side of the United Kingdom. It's our boy, KSP.
The Stone Cold Killer himself coming in. You can see that he's ready to go. Question is, how warm will he be coming in today? In our previous match with the UK, we did see versus Germany took a little bit of time to warm up. Wasn't quite as effective as we would like on Assault, but they have been scrimming all day, preparing for this match, and of course preparing especially for Netherlands, because Netherlands is the only match the UK have today, so we're going to be well prepared. We'll have to see if KSP will be amongst those who are the most prepared for this.
Widowmaker specialist coming in, KSP. Kind of a young god when it comes to that kind of thing. Very scary player. Off the field and on the field too. Gives you a main glare. If you say anything about his Widowmaker.
Gives you an infrasight glare.
Yeah,
but
straight through the walls.
Will be the choice, of course, of the Netherlands. We're going to be going to Snowy Volskaya Industries, and this can lend itself very well to that sort of Widowmaker play. So I'm surprised that maybe they would have picked this before they knew KSP was coming in, but KSP is definitely going to be feasting here as a Widowmaker should anyone from the Netherlands decide to go and peek their heads out against the old British god himself.
Well, subbing out Mikey A here. Mikey A is obviously extremely versatile on the Brigitte. Known for his Tracer play as well, which isn't often seen anymore. I mean, you can run it on this map, definitely. Something with a Sombra like we've seen a little bit. You can get behind and flank very effectively. But Widowmaker just so good, because as soon as you do set her up on the defense, extremely hard to actually get her off of the platforms when she's coupled with this Ana that Boombox is running currently, and with Cruz on this Lucio. So much protection for that Widowmaker. Kib actually playing the Sombra too, so we are going to see that Mega Health Pack hacked in that lower room, I can imagine, and another avenue for this Widowmaker to escape onto.
When we talk about how you're going to sort of like deter dives or deter sort of any encroaches upon your Widowmaker, we don't have a sustained shield on the side of United Kingdom, so KSP is going to be relying upon Winston shields from Christopher potentially, or a defense matrix from Smek to try and survive any incoming Widow shots, which could be offered by Yona if he decides to stay on this Widowmaker. And of course, Facility is what we know to be a very good hands-out. Against double sniper, it can be very, very strenuous if you're a single Widow, because you're never quite sure about what the safe sightlines are. And Facility has great synergy with Yona, because he can add out that Sonic Arrow, which is basically like a mini infrasight, and allows everyone on the team to have that vision.
Talking about information, Smek's actually just going obviously a little bit further up there to gather his thoughts and gather a bit of info on the enemy team, what they're running out the gate. It just means they know exactly what they're doing. So he knows now they are running a Widowmaker. Yona is piloting that one, and they will be able to really have that to KSP, who can just adjust his play accordingly. You can be so much more aggressive when you're not going against a Widowmaker. However, going against that, you can be a little bit more conservative. Kib, on the Sombra, you can already see instilling fear in the Netherlands. They're scared where he is.
Yona checking for those cheeky hackers. They do get around, and Kib now going to be moving in towards the back. He's going to pass up the chance to go on Crusade. Instead, he's going to decide to move in onto Yona and Saar.
Oh, nice dive. You can see Kib cutting off the entrance actually to the mini health pack, but Christopher, he went down. Facility was ready there with the Storm Arrow, plunked a few arrows straight through his skull, and that will mean Netherlands are going to push onto this point.
Potentially Christopher getting into a place where Boombox couldn't give him that long-range healing. KSP could be in big trouble here. If he moves out, he will be up against that Venom Mine, which will reveal him to the enemy Widow.
He was revealed there by that Sonic Arrow. Takes a headshot, in fact, or someone did. It might have been KSP, not entirely sure.
Someone took
went
a
low.
headshot.
Someone took a headshot. I heard the ding. Jonah got a bit of ult charge. Still controlling the point here. They have a tick available, and Facility now has the ultimate too. Problem is, KSP, he's now on the high ground, and Christopher and Boombox are just sweeping up. Now, but Christopher with the Nanobox, who's extremely low, sub 50 HP, but does manage to get out alive.
Does also mean that Cruz can use his healing aura here to get a huge amount of healing ultimate charge off of Christopher, but this is why Christopher isn't going to be giving him just that. Instead, he's going to use a hacked health pack. The Kib is hacked under the small classroom there to get himself 250 HP every 4 seconds, which gives him a huge amount of sustainability. He does have to expend a movement cooldown to get back to that in good time.
He's all right then. Visity's ready. He's actually spotted out the Iron here, wants to take a couple of punk shots at Boombox. The Imp did come through fairly early from... no, the hack, sorry, did come through on the Hanzo, removing that mobility and removing the ability to actually use the ultimate too. Christopher has gone primal and is going to jump back to that mega health pack. Using that rather effective they are right now, but with Cruz going down, this could be very bad news for the United Kingdom. The Dragons clearing everybody from out of that room. Boombox fell to it, and KSP actually ends up going down to Sab. Netherlands, they end up capping.
Wasn't the speediest take here by the Netherlands. They are going to get 4 minutes out of their time bank. That will bring them up to 5 minutes and 37 seconds. They do have 2 tank ultimates available and almost a Transcendence. So the best combination available for them here to try and take advantage of the momentum that they have gained is to use the Primal Ray to try and bat people into the self-destruct. Kib keeping us on the edges of our seats there, could have point-blank EMP'd onto Sam.
Nice sleep actually onto Bruce in there from around the corner. Couldn't defense matrix it. Forces going to use that barrier there. Already given up a tick though, like you said, with 5 minutes remaining. That's pretty good for the Netherlands. I'd be definitely happy with that. Got 3 ultimates online, Facility nearing that Dragon Strike, but for the time being, UK are pushing them back. Not anymore though, is that Transcendence will come out and push people into Christopher, who has the nano boost. Goomba Stomp straight on top of Sab, and he's going to chase down and electrify Crusade as KSP has jumped onto the Tracer instead here. Wants to be able to get in the face of Yona instead of just take him in the 1v1 Widow duel.
Tactical crouches there, they are essential when you're up against double sniper to try and make sure your head hitbox is always moving. Not easy to hit. Saab's also going to be looking for those headshots from long range as he respawns on the Zenyatta, but it was pretty amateur of United Kingdom, if I'm brutally honest, Jaws. They were in control for the entirety of that fight, but still gave up a tick from the Netherlands. That means that even if the Netherlands can't take any more, it's not a guaranteed draw if United Kingdom can cap the first point of their own attack.
Now Yona and Facility have had enough with the Tracer, and so is KSP, because he's changed. Hey.
You've changed.
Hey. You changed off, no worries. Gunn's going to
same
jump on
man.
him. KSP, oh no! Slams his head straight into the vending machine. There's no Dr. Pepper's there, my friend. Unlucky. Korn is actually jumping on the point now. Capturing still. There's about half percentage away from another tick. Korn going extremely low. However, Kib just permanently in the back line here. You have to...
You got to
he's
not give him
literally
another tick.
looking one way or the other. You can't look both, unfortunately. No 360-degree vision for you. Boombox is going to take out Bruceson, almost giving up a tick, like you said. But with Christopher being nano-boosted here, just overwhelming pressure from the United Kingdom thus far. But Facility has gone a little grand tour of its own. A nice Transcendence being used there to keep him alive in the back line. Just means they can actually get onto that point. Okay.
That's a Deadeye reload right there,
That was a Deadeye reload. Alrighty then, just gets on the point. That's 2 ticks acquired, maybe even a third. Christopher jumps straight in, and a nice EMP from Kib just lands on every member that's actually on the point, but Sab doesn't really seem to care. No abilities, no problems, so got a few orbs for your face. That'll be Bruceson taking the last kill out on Cruz in the United Kingdom. They do end up going losing 2 points there after kind of lackluster engages from the Netherlands. Netted them a few ticks early on.
I asked why when Sam used a Transcendence there after he'd lost his tanks. I thought it was a somewhat foolhardy gesture, but what we saw was it was because Facility was just clicking on so many heads, and this man, I have no trepidation in saying, Jaws, Facility is an Overwatch League tier DPS, I think. And I think Saab recognized that and he thought, if I can keep Facility alive through this fight where he's really feeling on fire. And McCree can be one of those streaky heroes like Widowmaker, where you need to be able to feel yourself. You need to be able to know exactly what zone you're in, and when you find that zone, he's at its most effective. And because of that, just hits shot after shot, gets sustained by Saab, and it helps the Netherlands to really close that one out against the United Kingdom.
There was an intelligent bubble placement there from Christopher too. If you do bubble with the Transcendence available, wherever Zen is, he will obviously be healing you in that gigantic aura. But the bubble actually cuts a lot of that off. So Facility could have gone down there. It was just fortunate that he obviously corralled himself back to the point. Sav did communicate that to him and make sure he stayed alive throughout the entire thing. Even got that cheeky ultimate reload off as well.
Indeed. Potentially, if the United Kingdom had not given up that early tick, the Netherlands could have had a bit more trouble there. They did lose their Lucio early within that. Now, look at that time bank that they've got, Jaws. 3 minutes and 19 seconds. United Kingdom, despite having held them off for half the time bank on A, not quite so successful on B. And now United Kingdom have their work cut out for them if they want to claim this match. They are on match point, but for now, it looks like Netherlands very capable of bringing the reverse sweep.
Yeah, they feel very at home, it seems. Facility on the Hanzo now. We are seeing Yona actually switching up. No more Brigitte. We are going on to the Soldier instead, holding that high ground with Sab, so he can provide him with a lot of healing from that biofield.
We have to see if KSP is going to be sticking on the Sunburn, instead just going to have a little bit of scouting. Could, of course, have planned about translocated back. Looks like he is moving back over to that Widow. this is not a good idea right now for Yona. Yona's going to have to stay in the sidelines for sustained amounts of time if he wants to bring out that sustained DPS, which Soldier is so well known for. And when he's there, he is very much going to be vulnerable to the potential one-shots coming through. Just got to charge him up a little bit more, KSP.
Beautiful headshot. Vicinity, sub 20 HP it looked like. KSP going very low as well. Takes a couple of hits from Sab. Brusen going low too, but now KSP has a good sightline here. Can actually stop the Soldier from moving, and he knows exactly where the Zenyatta is as well. Definitely stopped his moving, and heart beating as well, as Yona ends up going down, and now KSP, he's in his element. Boombox is going to take out Facility, and that will be the UK finding 3 picks almost instantly.
And that is a clean take right there. Textbook. They knew they just had to wait for Yona to get a little bit greedy, to feel like he needs to do a little bit more DPS to sustain this one out. Once it was in the sights of KSP, it was all but over, Jaws. He had the Biofield down, but Biofield don't do nothing against 300 damage. Far more than the helpful Soldier is giving to you. And now Yona, setting up for Soldier Life, he's going to be moving over to the Doomfist. We'll have to see what Boombox has to say about that. He's almost got a Transcendence ready to go. And of course, the Discord Orb can be a very terrible affliction to a Doomfist who has to commit himself physically for every attack he makes.
We've only seen a little bit of Yona's Doomfist, and we're going to see a little bit more of it, thankfully. Vicinity actually going onto this far here. Oh, I spoke too soon. Okay, it's going to be Hanzo instead.
Double projectile.
Double projectile. Kib has almost got Dragon Strike, though. I'd be very worried of him. If I were you, Facility, you've got to be careful, man.
If they get revealed here, they could be easily taken out through these small corridors with that Dragon Strike. In it comes from Kib, but it isn't going to be doing a huge amount of damage. It's going to be answered by the Transcendence.
Double Valkyrie, straight into the double Transcendence to make sure that Dragon Strike did absolutely nothing. That'll be Kib taking out Yona, though. Problem is, Vicinity is still up in the skies. That's 50% ult charge already. No one ready to contest him. He's using this building with almost impunity. Can't really get hit in the skies if you're moving around so much. The self-destructs launch into the air on top of the platform. It's actually going to kill Crusade. Okay, so now Vicinity doesn't really have that backup he really wants. 65% and still counting, but he's going extremely close to the ground. And Christopher recognized that and instantly punishes him. Kib's going to finish off a couple too, and they are going to capture at least the first tick.
This was just what I asked for before, and Netherlands managing to defend at least that first tick for a while now, but here comes the stalling Wrecking Ball. This could be United Kingdom taking advantage of their momentum, Jaws.
Oh, he activates the shield, but it wasn't enough. Every member around him as well. Beautiful headshot on Facility. Oh dear, pin to the back of the wall. Storm arrows come through as well. The United Kingdom, they finish and complete round number 2 with a whole lot of time in their time bank. That first initial push really set them up for the snowball. That's 5 minutes and 15 seconds for them.
Who's the Facility isn't a team player, blinking in front of that arrow to eat it for Brusen as he came through, thinking, I can help you survive. I can help you survive that Dragon Strike. I have got you, bro. Just going to eat this one up with my small time-traveling body. Unfortunately, you can't recall out of that one, my friend.
If you could, it'd be pretty OP, not gonna lie.
Just recall out of death. Self-res, man. Self-res. Next patch.
Next patch.
Buff Tracer.
I hope not. Tracer's already annoying from seasons, 2 to now.
From 1 to forever.
Yeah, exactly. It's always been a very solo queue hero that's very good at carrying. If you ever need solo queue tips, there you go. That's my one for the day. Just play Tracer.
Fortunately, in this case, it did not. United Kingdom powering through here, and they are going to be changing up their approach. Instead of going for the KSP Widow that they had before, they are going to be going for this 3-3 composition. And this is a question mark for me, Jaws. Can KSP hold up the mantle that Mikey A had on this Brigitte? The synergy between himself and Christopher was so crisp. Can KSP match that and keep United Kingdom's 3-3 being a fearsome thing to contend with?
They're going to go for a rather cheeky engage, though, to start off with. United Kingdom holding this small right-hand room. Specs is going to get additional information, as he always does. Vicinity and Yona, they're on double sniper this time instead.
Vicinity stays up on top of here during a surprise engage. He will be rather hard to fight, but now here comes the speed boost. Christopher's all the way in.
Oh, Korn got caught so bad. He walked in, you could see he leaped and actually hit his head on the sign. Kaplunk, straight into the ground, straight into the waiting, loving arms of the United Kingdom. And they're going to reset and do that again.
Jump concussions are the least of his problems when United Kingdom bear down upon him. You can see that they haven't got a huge amount of ultimate charge off of that fight. Netherlands lost 2 of their players, and then they quickly decided they were going to move backwards. And now they've moved over to a 3-3 themselves, but Sandra's going to be playing on the Ana here, trying to afflict the anti-heal to make sure Boombox's Bardic Grasp isn't going to be quite as effective as they'd like.
It's another thing that Christopher actually has to worry about. That nade comes through. You best hoop
You're dead.
your Diva. Oh, sorry, no Diva available, of course. Oh, Smex is playing Diva. I'm blind. We're actually spectating him, of course. Nice sleep dart, though, on Smex. That'll do. Perfect nade for opportunity right now. LB KSP taking out Korn, though. There's the Shadow available as well. Oh, nice boom.
No.
But straight into Facility. Is Facility, you know, just sacrificing himself for every man on the Netherlands side.
He just redirected his mail to his neighbor. And Cruz just giving a couple of hellos into the ice. He put Crusade down there. And, you know, the United Kingdom, they're a pretty confident bunch. They call themselves the Lanimals. When we talk to the Netherlands, they call them the self-proclaimed Lanimals. We'll have to see. It does look like, for now, the United Kingdom are bringing it on land, but now the Netherlands are going to be bringing it to the United Kingdom defense. We're going to be speed boosting forward with Crusade. We've almost got a couple of ultimates ready to go, including that sound barrier.
There's interesting orb uses there from Bootbox, but he does have Coalescence now available to it. Gotta be careful though. And Graviton Surge locking one person in place. It's gonna be Korn. He is not. Oh, he does get pinned. Thought he's a little bit too far up, but absolutely not. Crusade's going to secure the kill. Smegs is trying his mightiest to actually body block Sab. Do end up securing it as well, and Bootbox actually finding another one with the Coalescence. 2 support kills for him. Yeah, Crusade giving a couple of tactical crouches in the favourite Netherlands. 1 minute and 17 seconds remaining, though. This could be the United Kingdom series.
You got to use those tactical crouches shorts to try and avoid the incoming DPS of the sound waves from Crusade. They can do a huge amount of damage, up to 180 per 4-wave blast. So that's why the crouching is coming through from Cruz. It's all about the avoidance here. KSP does have a rally ready to go, so if required, but first, Christopher strikes with the Earth Shadow.
Oh, the nano boost, though, on Korn is going to push him forward. He charged into the wall, didn't land anybody, but it doesn't matter. He's still a force to be reckoned with. Nice nade as well on the rest of the Netherlands squad. Yona is going to fall down first. However, Korn has got 96% on that Earth Shadow 2, is going to dash back. They know they have to fight this tank duel with the Brigitte, so they're going to go again. They've only got 30 seconds, however. This is going to be the major tipping point here. UK do not have a tank ultimate available to them just yet. Kip's going to be able to farm his, but there's no Shatter to follow it up.
There is, however, sound barrier to sustain everyone as they decide to swing into this. Korn will have a great defense from the Graviton by being able to slam into people. There it is.
Early grab into the side. Korn trying to waylay a lot of that damage. KSP gets forced into the wall, but the sound barrier is going to save him for the time. However, with Korn in here, he's not receiving all much healing and has to back off. KSP, Kib, and Christopher are in that grab, and here comes the bomb. Kib is going to absorb all of it straight into energy. That is efficiency, my friend. Christopher moving forward, takes out Korn. Easy Shatter, no shields to stop him now. He will get stunned, but the rest of the United Kingdom have got his back. They are still moving forward. Boombox kills off Bruton. Overtime's there. It's all but gone. The UK are going to find a full hold.
Christopher's a very happy boy there, giving the old roar, the Chris champ, as some people may call it. This does mean, unfortunately, this series is now unwinnable for the Netherlands, Jaws, because they have not capped the first tick. The worst that the United Kingdom can do is to draw this, and then the maximum score that Netherlands can achieve is a 2-1. But could still be a third point here for the United Kingdom if they can capture 33%. But like we just saw, you can defend this first point for an extended amount of time, especially with a tank-based composition. We know that's exactly what the Netherlands like to run, so we'll have to see if they decide to come out with this. Crusade currently hovering over on a Mercy, I do believe, and I think that may be because they want to try and combat the attrition that can come through when you're a defensive assault team. You're so far away from your respawns. If you lose someone, it can be so important to bring them back quickly with a Mercy. That's where most of her power comes from, rather than a raw healing ability.
33%. They only have to defend for 5 minutes, man. 5 minutes, 15 seconds. That's a heck of a time bank. That will be Yona on the soldiers. So they are changing up. No more tanks. Well, 3 or 4 tanks for them. It's actually going to be Facility on the Hanzo. Give us a little spin on the top of the box there. Wonder where Jonah's going to place himself. I can imagine up on this ledge on the top in the right-hand side, but Sap's going to be round with him on the ground. Maybe they want to go for something fairly early. Have to wait and see.
I'm not a huge fan of the Soldier Zone 6 in this situation. I don't think it does quite enough damage, and also you've got to be peeking up onto characters who can do a huge amount of damage. They may suspect for double sniper again coming out. We do know instead that KSP is going to be moving over onto the Brigitte, but Christopher, he's brought out the Wrecking Ball. Have to see if they're going to be able to make the dive happen. This, Jaws, is what we call dotes, or dive goats. It's got 3 diving, DPS, and 3 support. So it's basically like the goats composition, but there's no Reinhardt.
Whoopsie daisy. Boombox gets his head demolished. That will be a nice kill for Facilitio. 30% charge already. Thank you very much. KSP jumping over to the Widowmaker. Okay, no dotes anymore. That will be Christopher on the dive, tank on the Winston, and Smex on the Diva, and we have a KSP Widow. And yep, he's already found one. That's going to be the head of Crusade. He's actually going to hang above his mantelpiece now. Facility having to be very careful. Brucean trying to help him now, but look at the line of sight now KSP has. And that Sonic Arrow revealing the locations of the soldier. They're just going to get demolished. They got to be so careful. Corn to the rescue, but KSP's SMG way too strong. Although, can he get the shot off on the soldier's head? I don't think so, not right now. Brucean's going to dive in front of him. Facility, you've saved me enough times. I got to save the rest of my team. Kib finds 2 though. They're going to jump on it. They only need 33%. It's going to have to be a miracle now for the Netherlands.
It's definitely not Dotes, but it's definitely time to duck jaws. They should have cowered away from the snipers, but United Kingdom having claimed match point here on Volskaya.
Match point. Well, that's actually the victory. 3-0 for the UK. Series win for them, and now they just have to play the 4th and final map. Looking very good for the UK at punching their ticket to BlizzCon. Must be so close to this point when we do the math. Oh, Brigitte player of the game. Something I love.
The Brigitte player of the game. Just going to be swinging around with that flail or the mace, whatever you want to call it. I personally think it's more like a flail.
I don't know. Looks like a flail, looks like a mace, also got rockets on it. I don't know how that works.
She's got the line mace to her face, and neither of us are really experts in medieval weaponry, so I suppose we will just trust what our experts over at Blizzard and call it a mace. But we talked about Brigitte play. Let's talk about how KSP really could step into the shoes there of Mikey. Mikey is a veteran of Team UK. He's a very experienced player across multiple titles, lots of LAN experience, and really, we could see how the Brigitte play was sort of consistent between Mikey and KSP, being able to hold for so long with that 3-3 composition on the defense of Volskaya the second time around was a testament to KSP's skill there.
Yeah, KSP coming in as the substitution at half-time. He's going to have to play his last map as well. Remember, every map does count. Netherlands still have a chance to make it to BlizzCon, so they want to be able to take this one off the UK's hands. Here's their map choice, however. We're going to go on to Escort as our next game type.
Have to see what they want to choose, and I don't think they want to go for Rialto, because the 3-3 right now appears to have shifted back in favor of the United Kingdom. Christopher seems to have a read right now on Korn, and Christopher is such a veteran tank that it can be quite intimidating to play against him. We know Korn's quite a prolific player, and he's had very good showings versus Italy and other teams, but still, when you go up against a team as well coordinated as Team UK, which has a lot of returning veterans at pre-established synergy from last year, and you're a fresh Netherlands team, sometimes the synergy can just be too much to bear.
Well, let's have a look at what map the Netherlands did choose to go to. It is going to be Escort.
Oh,
it's going to be Rialto.
Well, so much for what I said. We'll have to see if Netherlands will be able to make it work. If it doesn't, I will hold a courtesy I told you so afterwards.
Well, the UK will be on the offense first, and it will be Netherlands on the defense. We'll see if they can hold fast on this first point. It's happened before, and it can happen again. Now, we did see a little bit of this dive, goats, or dotes as the UK lads like to call it, in the Wrecking Ball. Unfortunately, Christopher kind of peeked his head around the corner, or peeked the ball around the corner, and just decided to slink on back to the spawn. But it could happen. I mean, extremely effective it is at jumping on the back line. Wrecking Ball does provide a fair bit of CC. If you get a pile driver and a couple of supports, they're up in the air and a little bit defenseless.
Well, whoops. It's also a fast way to go for a championship dive. That's a 10 from me, Bruce, and don't you worry, Olympic gold medal coming your way for Hamster Wrecking Ball diving. But on the side of the United Kingdom, of course, they are still in the spawn, so the eye will change their picks. But let's talk about how Hammond could be effective here over Wrecking Ball, because he does have the pretty potent knockback while he's using his grapple in his ball form. It does mean that he's very dangerous when you consider how much potential there is for an environmental kill on Rialto, where everything's really taking place around this Riviera except for third and final stage.
They're going to go for a very aggressive starting here on Netherlands. They're going for this quad tank, maximum sustain. They do have the Roadhog. They want to be able to hold the UK at the door. I can imagine the UK are going to be able to spot this out or telegraph it. Most teams are doing this right now, just getting the maximum value out of just leaving the car where it is.
Jonas actually playing on a different angle here. Wants to once again try and make sure that Christopher's shield is in the wrong direction so that he can drag him off the edge. You can see that he's broken all those railings there, so we can give him the old hook and the twist. See if he can grab him. There it is, and into the drink is Smex.
Oh boy, I love that hit marker sound, not gonna lie. Cruz is actually gonna find a kill on Facility though, and actually Christopher finding one on, yeah, it's actually just Yona left on the car. Okay, he's actually fighting Boombox, he gets slept. Oh, it's kind of hard to miss that target, unfortunately. Easy boop, he tried to get the hook in, but not quite enough. Cruz picks himself up the second kill here, and because he's killing these high HP targets, he already has 60% on the sound barrier.
And the Netherlands, after that hook from Jonah, they thought that this was over. They weren't prepared for United Kingdom's aggression, but 4 members, Christopher, Cruz, KSB, and Kib, well, that's a lot of season Ks right there, moved on forward. They just ran them down into the drink, and that was how they managed to get a huge amount of ult charge ready to go for the next fight.
Well, they're going to amp it up. Cruz is 80% now in the sound barrier. Now moving forwards, and Kib and Facility. Kib itching out on the head of the Graviton Surge front, 75 to 50, and Christopher doing the same also, 33% to 70, 80, 94. I will stop counting it up because it's going to be very soon. There's the nano boost. He does get instantly stunned, and there's the sound barrier as well to follow up. The Shadow does hit that floor, and that's a full fat shatter. Christopher finds one with the flame strike, and Facility sent all the way back to his spawn straight and makes an impression on the lamppost. Quick, decisive team kill for the UK, as they do, and they hopefully should be able to cap this on this first push.
All fat milk and shatters here, lads. No semi-skimmed options available for Christopher. Moving all the way forward, and this looks like it is going to be a capture for the United Kingdom. Netherlands going to back off. They do have a Graviton Surge ready to go, along with 2 support ultimates, which could potentially be used to try and bring back momentum, but for now, the United Kingdom look pretty happy with their position. They did expend 2 support ultimates in the last fight, so they've got to be very cognizant of sustain that the Netherlands are going to be able to bring to bear against them.
Smex spamming that Z key to make sure he knows, the rest of his team knows when the ult's ready. They have that grab too. Could go for this bigger bang combo with the Graviton Surge with the self-destruct mixed in. No one's going to go onto that point. There's the grab straight on top of the Transcendence, however, but launched up into the air. Korn's got a good job of blocking most of it. Can't quite save Crusade though. Does end up going down, and Crusade with another boop onto Brusen. Didn't have those jets to save him, and another team kill for the UK.
Actually, quite fortunate that that worked out there for United Kingdom. A series of misplays with how they were trying to remove Korn from the fray. They also grabbed up too high on the corner of the payload, so he was out of range of Christopher's charge. He went straight under and charged someone else, and then KSV was a little bit too late with the shield bash. But now we can see Christopher is going to be a little bit sneaky, but Korn's found him out.
Oh, he knows exactly where he was. Shatter from Korn, though, is going to get laid down. I'm not entirely sure how many members that got, but that Transcendence will save the rest of his squad from the self-destruct. Nice, almost attempted boop out the way, and there's Christopher's own Shatter to try and kill off Yona. Activating the rally there at the last moments. Does end up going down with little value actually gained out of that. In fact, no value at all, as Brusen is going to fall as well. Back to back to back. Team fight win for the UK as they cap second.
No value, no problems for the Netherlands. United Kingdom going to be moving forward, and they've got yet another Graviton. Korn trying to come in with a cheeky charge, but now he's going up against 2 cheeky animals. Kib just throwing out those mortars, but for now he isn't really feeding his ultimate. He's actually feeding the ultimates of the Netherlands supporters as they heal up that damage as it comes through. Instead, he's going to try and be a little bit more sneaky, make sure that Brusen cannot eat that Graviton, but he goes to reveal himself early. Some information coming through from his teammates.
Zidzi doesn't have his, so he can't even do a counter grab. There's the Shadow from Korn. It's blocked by Christopher. Korn's going to have to be very careful, though, as the sound barrier and the aggression coming through from the UK. There's the Transcendence. Already dead is Korn, though. There's the self-destruct. Smex takes 2 lives, adds them to the etchings in his mech. That'll be Christopher and KSB rounding out the fight. Still have that rally armor as well. Kib is almost immortal on this Zarya.
Moving into the museum or the church, I'm not really sure what it is. It looks absolutely beautiful though, Jaws, and Christopher's ready to lay down another beautiful Earth Shadow. The Netherlands need to be ready for this. They don't really have much at their disposal soon. They will have a Graviton Surge. They're down on the ground.
Korn gets stung. Christopher finds the Shatter and the pin. Sound barrier for Netherlands. This is their last chance to stop this push. Transcendence is going to save them for the initial damage, but that bomb lands straight on top of Christopher's head and annihilates him. Will be KSP still alive and well on the car, and Smex building up towards that self-destruct, but with no frontline tank, the UK decide to make a swift exit.
We talk about attrition a lot, Jaws, and that's exactly what United Kingdom backed out there. They knew that Korn was returning to the fray in record time. Yona's going to be moving forward, has been afflicted with a Discord off, wants to try to build up towards that rally as quickly as possible, because that additional armor will be crucial for making sure Facility and Saab have the resilience to maintain through these last fights. They cannot afford to lose one. United Kingdom here, they can build up a surplus of also they need to win 1 fight.
And they got Kib's grab to do it with. Boombox looking healthy as well, 62% ult charge, but Sab does have his. They're going to have to wait for Smex to actually get that self-destruct if they want to go for this bigger bang again. 2 out of 3 team fights thus far. That will be Graviton Surge, sorry, coming through from the Netherlands. However, Sound Barrier to stop a lot of that damage coming through. Kib and Smek still charging their ults, and that's exactly what they do have now. Christopher's 80% on his too. Graviton Surge did come out from Kib, it actually got completely denied. I believe Crucian just ate that, and a Transcendence from Boombox to stop all the damage coming from the UK. He's still waiting for the Shatter, the perfect opportunity, but Korn was there first. He was there before and was able to kill off the supports before Christopher do anything.
Now they're just going to be hunting down the last few members of the side of the United Kingdom. You can see Saab now has a full helping of armor from having Yona use that rally. Vigility's got quite a bit as well, and this is so important for Vigilities. Look at him there, glowing like Christmas tree. He is going to be able to maintain that energy between fights if he can survive. And maintaining the energy is crucial to keeping up that grab generation. You can see he's almost got another one. He used one at the start of the last fight, Jules.
Gonna do it. Makes us the self-destruct. KYB has almost got another Graviton Surge. 80%, he's ready, but Vigility there as well. Who pulls the trigger first? That is the question. Christopher's still moving forward, and he has got that shadow from the last fight. However, Sam working up once more, keeping in line with Boombox in these Transcendence wars. He does have his online now. Graviton Surge is only going to catch one. It's going to catch KSP. They send in the self-destruct anyway, and he is going to go down. A Graviton Surge from the UK this time, and there is Sam. He has got the Transcendence, but the self-destruct is the thing they have to avoid. Vigility gets booped up into the air by the Lucio, and actually killed off by the self-destruct. A Transcendence from Boombox just in time to save Christopher, and he's got his own Shatter to kill off Yona, and now they can move forward into the gallery. They're able to just force Korn back now. Doesn't have the Brigitte by his side.
Korn needs to build up that shadow rather quickly now. He's 80% of the way. He's going to be backing into a corner, but a high charge keeps forbidding him from moving away. It's going to be Crusade trying to make his way onto a point, but he can't.
Crusade ends up finishing him off. You could see him skirting around the columns, couldn't quite get the touch. And UK end up getting a full completion, but that was almost a 4-minute hold there by the Netherlands.
Fancy footwork coming through from Crusade, but not enough to stall out that payload. But like you said, Charles, it was a huge time bank for the Netherlands coming through. Or rather, huge time bank for the United Kingdom coming through onto that third-point defense by the Netherlands. And the Netherlands managed to invest in some stability, and stability paid off well for them. They held strong. There is still the completion for United Kingdom. They do have 52 seconds remaining to see if they will be able to hold themselves. But for now, Netherlands need to think about one thing and one thing only for their national pride and their chance to really show off to a lot of Owl Scouts who will be watching the Overwatch World Cup here in Paris. They need to think about how they're going to get this completion to work. And I imagine we are potentially, Jaws, going to be seeing a 3-3-10 composition.
I could imagine we are. We'll be the UK on the defense, obviously. 52 seconds, and that will be rounded up to a minute on the escort time bank. So, what is the question? Or what is the question? What is the composition is what I was going to say. Not what is the question. That technically was the question.
Well, the question is, what is the composition?
A quad tank will be coming through for the United Kingdom.
Indeed it will. KSP is going to have that additional sustain for himself by having a self-heal of Take a Breath with the Roadhog, which now not only will restore 300 HP to him, but will give him 50% damage reduction for the entirety of its channel, which is about 1.5 to 2 seconds long. Netherlands, meanwhile, look like they may be ready to have an early engagement with the United Kingdom. Saab on the Ana can come out of one of the top doors, try and lay down a bardic grenade, while Christopher's shield is focused elsewhere, likely towards Korn.
Roadhog's got some big shoes, man. It reminds me of ZP's shoes, not gonna lie.
ZP's got some very big feet. They're size 13.
Oh, right, man.
He's like a small giant. Actually, Hagrid.
Actually, Hagrid's... Oh, you did actually get photoshopped into that, so there you go. And Jake was Harry Potter. No one's seen that Photoshop. It was perfect. Korn is just fending everybody off here, and you can see already, the Netherlands are actually beating the United Kingdom with their own game here. They're actually just moving the car. They don't really care about being spawn-trapped at all. They're on the bridge, and Christopher's extremely low. There's a Coalescence pushing them back, but it's actually pushing them back towards the car. Crusade comes up big, though, with a double boop on Christopher and KSP. That is the United Kingdom's defense thwarted fairly easily by Crusade. Hey, that's another kill for him. 92% now for that sound barrier. Easy team fight win for the Netherlands there.
UK lads, I know you're feeling a little bit good about the series win, but I think you may have missed the point of that early defense. Just to be on the cart, stopping it from moving, but they completely forgot what they were doing, and Crusade just sat up there and kept himself nice and happy. And you know what? Because he got the double boop, he's almost got the sound barrier ready to go. Vigility also in the lead when it comes to the gravity.
The UK are able to actually get a second defense here, and the Shatter does hit the bridge, but Christopher was there with the shield to defend against against it. Korn now pushed back with the cart still moving. There's a Graviton Surge on the side of the wall here. Christopher's going to take a life, same as Kib, and now no healing available. Actually, Sav falling to the Graviton Surge damage itself. It does slightly tick. Don't often see kills by it. That'll be Bruce resetting himself in the UK. They do win the team fight here, so the cart will be moving back. So the UK probably want to fight a little bit more forward here to make sure they get the most value possible.
Yeah, and if they're fighting a little bit further forward, it does mean that Netherlands have to push through them to actually touch Pillard and cease its reversing around the course through which they've pushed it thus far. Christopher afflicted with the anti-heal grenade, the Wilder grenade coming out from Ana and Saab, and Saab can use that nano boost at moment's notice likely onto Korn.
Self-destruct might caught Korn a little bit off guard there. Crusade was vulnerable in the back line. Korn with the nano boost is going to be our move forward. However, Christopher's going to be the main target of his aggression. Does manage to find the pin and the kill with the help of Jonah in the sidelines. Even finish off Boombox with a flame strike. And now they're able to push forward on this cart. Christopher did have that Earth Shatter, but it was all on that nano boost coming through from Saab, keeping Korn alive at the front line.
And Korn managed to kill Christopher there through the Transcendence of Boombox because of the properties of the nano boost. It gives you 50% increased damage. That meant that his pin did 450 damage to Christopher's pool of 500 health. One swing after that, I don't know, probably did about, I don't know, 110 damage, and that meant that was far more than 500. Christopher couldn't be healed in time. It's like how you can kill people with a nano blade by just doing more damage from the health available.
Well, rally for the UK, they want to fight on the bridge. So that was a little bit of armor left from his rally earlier on, but Korn does have that Earth Shatter. Facility looking good as well with 95% on that ultimate. That is a big boop coming through from Cruz. He finds another one, and another one. Oh,
another
my goodness. Korn coming down too. Will be Bruce and jumping
Actually,
onto that
another one.
Graviton Surge. Christopher finding yet another one. Make that 3 in this fight entirely. Cruz showing that Lucio can indeed solo carry, no matter what your solo queue teammates tell you.
He knows his boobs, man, but right now, Boombox is alone on the car. He's going to have to back off, find the rest of his team, and give them this healing transcendence that he has earned. Saab's going to be the lone ranger on the point here. Does have that nano boost ready to go, and I imagine we will once again see it going onto Korn unless Facility builds up a huge amount of charge. If he does, then he will be able to build up a Graviton very quickly.
Oh, nice. Death from above. Kib comes in with a big Graviton Surge. The bomb from Smex is going to kill off Korn and Facility. Beautiful self-destruct, but Kib's positioning there, absolutely incredible. Just not being able to spot out Kib. No scouting tools really available. No sonic arrows, nothing the like. They didn't see it coming.
In execution from the United Kingdom and Netherlands. Going to be forced to go back to the drawing board. They do have 2 ultimates to work with, like we've noticed before. We do have the nano boost from Saab. I'd love to see that onto Facility when he gets the high charge to quickly do a lot of damage and build up towards that Graviton Surge. Because right now he's got a premium on Kib when it comes to that generation.
Gotta be careful, man. I'm looking at Cruz. He's afflicted with the bio grenade, though, so can't do the healing. There is a sound barrier coming through for all the Netherlands. Cruz isn't there just yet, but he finds yet another one. A true lion in the face of the Netherlands right now. You've got to be careful. Yono, that's twice in a row now. He's been careless to step towards that river and actually ends up taking a swim. Christopher now moving forward with the rally, the help coming through for KSP. And Cruz has earned himself that sound barrier. About time too, as well. So many kills in this game already, just from the right place.
Quick retreat there from the Netherlands. They don't want any more of that nonsense. They are down to 2 minutes in their time bank, despite a quite speedy first cap here. They've been halted, and their momentum is not in their favor. Facility has built up towards a Graviton Surge, and this could really turn the tide of this point towards the favor of the Netherlands.
Smex is looking directly at him. Eye contact is necessary. You've got to look for that small animation Facility chucking it out. If he eats it right now, this could be UK still holding on to this point. 1 minute and 30 seconds do remain.
If they do, Facility just carving himself into the armor. He wants to make sure that Smex is under pressure.
There's the grab, a little bit in front of the car there. Boombox is going to have that Transcendence once again. The Lucio's come out huge. Cruz was able to boot people upwards, meaning KSP was no way near anybody. There's no bigger bang combo for you, unfortunately. UK, Kib senses out. The bomb doesn't find anybody at all, but that sound barrier is going to find a couple of members. UK might be able to make a re-engagement here, or at least try to. They have to make this ultimate worth it. Christopher's going to come back into the fray, and Facility goes very low. Inflated with the fire grenade, now the sound barrier keeps him nice and healthy through the fight. The Earth Shatter does hit him to the ground though, meaning he's all but vulnerable. No personal shields mean Kib can easily kill him off. Now KSP finding the kill onto Crusade as well, and Cruz adds another tally to the board.
And Korn being removed from a fray early meant that Kib could really carve himself some Graviton charge out of the thick bodies of the Netherlands because they had so much healing available. They just stayed there in front of his beam. And look at the time left, Jaws. We've got 30 seconds remaining. And not only that, Saber took on any charge that he might have had on the Ana to move over to a Zenyatta. Instead, they want to make sure that Christopher is put on notice that he's taking so much more damage because of a Discord Orb. United Kingdom, though, they're very much more resilient. They've got the rally armor. Kip's coming in behind with the Graviton Surge.
He's done it again. Smekks doesn't have self-destruct, though, so they're going to have to swing into this one. Bruceon going extremely low, and that'll be Yona taking out Christopher. Went a little bit too far. Defensive self-destruct to find the remake to force the UK back onto that cart. The problem is Crusade was caught unawares on the stairs. Is going to trip and fall down them and end up going down. That will be Yona falling as well to KSP. Kip's going to move forward. That'll be Sav finally falling, and Bruceon's the last Dutch guy left on the cart. Bruceon goes down, and the UK overtime, just watching it clock over. They're going to find a 4-0 in the series as soon as they find the Crusade. However, I speak maybe a little bit too soon. His facility and Crusade are back. Nope, not at all. The UK end up finding the 4-0.
They were fed to the Lions, and little did I know, these Lions won't be omnivorous, because today they've been eating corn, they've been dining on the Netherlands, and they have claimed their 4-0, and they've shown exactly why people believe them to be one of the strongest groups in this stage. A lot of people pegged the Netherlands as the third-place finisher, and they may certainly be that now. This could have sealed their fate unless some monumental collapse happens on the side of either the UK or France.
Gentlemen's handshakes. There you go.
The high five.
Crusade's in with the high five. Smekks has been just performing phenomenally this entire series. It can be very tough to actually pull that combo off because, again, you are looking for this Brigitte to actually slam the shield to make sure the Ryan drops shield, but Graviton Surge straight into the Diva Bomb, again, could be fairly tough. There's 3 cogs of that machine. You have to make sure that shield is removed, either by a Reinhardt charge or the shield bash from Brigitte, and they are pulling it off extremely well. And this team, remember, isn't a team that has been together for a long time either. A lot of them have very historical experience, yes, but it's been a month or so that they've had to work on this.
And not only that, you have to worry about mitigating the Xayah, who can use their projected barriers to block the entirety of that blast. They can shield people behind them. They don't just need to shield themselves. Like, if it's coming from here and I shield, you're going to be safe, my buddy. However, it's also risky. If Xayah manages to shield that, they get a huge boon of energy. If they use 2 projected barriers and they both manage to shield away the self-destruct, that's 83 energy to use towards the next Graviton Surge.
It's looking all too good for Team UK right now. Still sitting pretty at the top of the board, 4-0. I gotta say, I want to hear from an interview. I'm gonna be honest. I want to hear Boombox on the stage. Zoe has got an interview.
Thank you so much. I have Boombox from Team UK joining me. And that was, well, a 4-0, but 2 of those maps ended up a lot closer than the scoreline actually suggests. Were you at all caught off guard by how much resistance your opposition put up?
We knew Netherlands would be one of our harder opponents, so we didn't take them lightly. The first 2 maps were quite close, but we managed to keep going and change it around, so we're winning easily.
Donc finalement, le match était plus compliqué que prévu, c'était plus dur finalement pour l'équipe d'Angleterre, du Royaume-Uni pardon, pour tenter de l'emporter. Et finalement, voilà, on a réussi à se réunir et à jouer de meilleure manière pour pouvoir ensuite prendre le pas et remporter la victoire.
Did you actually get to watch their games throughout this group stage, and did you prepare specifically against them?
We watched some of their games, like especially against Italy earlier today, and saw their picks and tendencies, and we decided to pick Hamsaram.
On a donc étudié un petit peu leur composition, et donc on a plus décelé ce qui était la meilleure composition pour pouvoir l'emporter.
Can you smile for me just once?
No.
All right, I tried. I really tried. All right, I did everything I could, everyone. But you have all the reasons to be happy right now. Oh, yeah, actually, translate that so we hear everyone laugh.
J'ai toutes les raisons d'être heureux aujourd'hui.
And he didn't. Yeah, that's what just happened. All right, Boombox, tomorrow, the last game of the day is going to be the UK going up against Team France. And that's, I mean, from a viewer's perspective, this has to be the most anticipated series of the whole group stage. Do you as a player share this sentiment?
We will beat France in front of their home crowd. 4-0, it'll be pretty easy.
All right, all right.
Quel est votre sentiment demain pour le match contre la France? Et à cela, Boombox répond, ce sera très simple, nous mènerons 4-0, GG.
Yeah, Boombox, the winner of the hearts here in front of the France crowd. But I like the confidence, Thank you so much for joining me down here on the floor. Thank you so much for helping out with the translation. We're now heading over to our castles to break down that last series of the day.
All right. Bit of spice from Boombox there.
British arrogance putting the boo in Boombox today from our French crowd.
Well, let's have a look at that stat card from Boombox himself. You know, he did crack a little bit of smile at the end there, I'm just saying.
Just a little bit.
44k, 45k healing, 36k damage done. That's a heck of a lot of offensive assists as well. 104 limbs.
And only 11 deaths over the course of a series. That means that he was being incredibly well protected and he was positioning himself so well. Often we saw that people were rushing into him on the side of the Netherlands. They were trying to move in with that 3-3 composition using the speed boost from Lucio, but often it was Cruz who managed to get the boops, managed to support his fellow support. That's a...
Yeah, I mean, that's what you have to do.
That's a weird thing to say. But he managed to support his fellow support. He managed to speed boost him out or boop away those who would transgress against him and make sure that he was always safe in the face of danger.
Cruz has definitely become one of these top tier Lucio players as well, alongside people like Funny Astro we see in EU contenders. Being able to boop away offensive Genjis, for example, away from the Zenyatta is really paramount to when they don't have this Transcendence. If they don't have it, they can't pop it. They need all the protection in the world. Zen isn't the most mobile of heroes.
And I think what's paramount to that is that Cruz has experience as a top-tier projectile DPS. He's won various Overwatch tournaments as a projectile DPS with E United before, so he really understands how these heroes work. When he looks at a Genji, he knows exactly how he needs to time his boot, where he needs to be positioning it to get the maximum efficacy out of Lucio to try and shut down those ultimates and those dives.
Well, let's have a look at some of those replays then from the last 4 games to recollect our thoughts. Or if you've joined in the last couple of games, you can have a look at what happened first up. Kib, this is one pick that we've seen a whole bunch from EU contenders. His ability to position here, just using that environmental terrain to find boop after boop and kill after kill on that Pharah.
And Yona here, he managed to make himself quite a showreel when it came to the McCree, and eventually the Netherlands did win this stage of Oasis. They managed to come out on top of the University, but unfortunately, couldn't quite stand up to United Kingdom's 3-3 on this particular map. And one of the things about the 3-3 of United Kingdom that we mentioned before was the substitution of KSP into the roster. And we can see how Mikey A here is with Brigitte during the first half of this game. He did manage to fulfill that role very well for the, I almost called him the British Hurricane, Team United Kingdom. But KSP was able to fulfill it just as well. There's just as much synergy available.
Kib has got a hero pool so wide, it's actually insane. He can play literally everything, it seems. You can see him on the Genji there. Pick up a nice 2k on the point on Blizzard World. That turn of the back, getting shattered into the Diva Bomb, just so beautiful. Facility, once more, apparently everybody on the side of the Netherlands can play the McCree. Yona performing exceptionally well. Facility doing exactly the same thing, but this is why they brought KSP in. The Widowmaker player doesn't seem to miss a shot.
Widow God himself. I imagine Mikey A can also play the serviceable Widowmaker as a fantastic hit scan DPS, but Lucio's really have been the name of the game over the course of this entire series, and both Crusade and Cruz are such fantastic Lucios, but not only are they getting great boosts, but their vanilla player is fantastic as well. When you look at how they're using the Soundwave Blaster, which is a very hard weapon to master, because not only are the projectiles slow and they're easy to avoid, but they also come in bursts of 4.
Oh. Every time I hear that hit marker.
That's some Winston on land.
Oh,
right there.
no.
The execution.
With another one. Hello. Just gives him a little wave. Goodbye. He had so many on Rialto as well on that bridge. It was Yona more often than not on the Brigitte. Just eliminated him. Easy right click. Facility versus Kib was another big matchup also. These two Zayas just... I want to compare him to people like Hardest who just are so good at charging these grabs. It is a grab every single fight. It was just Kib at the very end of the final push for the United Kingdom on the offense here. I was just charging them just ever so slightly quicker and just enabled them to cap 3 times.
And let's not forget that both of these players, when our scouts look at them, they will be looking at how flexible they can be, and to have the Xayah in your repertoire as a DPS player to show that you can flex off to these off-tank roles and you understand synergy with a rotating roster of main tanks, especially when these guys are moving between different teams and making sure they have separate synergies quickly established with other teammates and with main tanks. That's one of the most appealing things to people who are scouting players.
Yep, let's have a look at the standings right now. We'll see where the UK sit after that victory, or today's results, sorry. With France earlier on today, so it was a fairly long while ago now. They did manage to beat out
like
Germany.
A fairly long game to me.
It definitely was. Germany had a little victory later on as well. We got Netherlands 3-1ing Italy at the start of the day. Germany 3-2ing Poland, and France still ever so dominant, 4-0ing Italy, and the game you just watched, the UK 4-0ing Netherlands. UK are looking pretty strong. France, too, had a bit of a shaky start to the day, but managed to pick it up towards the later stages.
Well, sitting down in 5th, Germany definitely have been my heroes of today. They've picked it up from day 1 where they suffered 2 losses, and today they came out for 2 separate 5-map sets. That's a huge amount of sustain and endurance on the part of those players. They managed to win one out against Poland with a 3-2. They lost against France, the favorites in this entire group stage, but it was incredibly narrow, being a 2-3 scoreline.
Apparently you have to have red, white and blue in your flag to belong at the top of the board. United Kingdom and France both sitting at the top there, 3-0, with map wins totaling 11. Netherlands 2-2 right now, sitting at 6.